Hello, hello. I hope you are well today. It is lovely to see you virtually. See you, of course. Thank you for joining me and tuning in for today's live session, wherever you happen to be watching. I appreciate you joining me. If you are watching, please do give me a hello in the comments. It is always incredibly helpful if people say hello and let me know that they are here. And if you are tuning in on the replay, give me a hashtag replay as well. Let me know so that I can loop by at a later time and say hello and welcome as well. So today I'm speaking about balancing working on my business and working in my business. And I actually want to delve into sort of balance overall as well in this session today. If you have just stumbled across this, my name is Annette Ferguson. I am CEO of Annette & Co, UK-based accounting firm. I'm a chartered accountant, certified profit first professional, and financial strategist. And of course, we take care of all the standard things you would expect an accountant to take care of in terms of compliance, bookkeeping, and tax work. But where we love to focus is supporting business owners to take home more money from their business for them and their families to enjoy. Doing that through a variety of ways, including tax work, profit first work, and more in-depth financial business strategy. So, like I said, today I want to speak about the balance of working on your business and in your business. And if you've been around the business block, you have probably heard these phrases before, that we need to spend time working on our business. So, whether that is the marketing, the strategy, the thinking time, and working in our business, i.e., serving our customers and clients and getting the balance between those two things. And over 6 months ago, I would have said that I actually probably spent more time working on my business than in my business in reality. And over the last 6 months, I have deliberately made quite a significant change in the back end of my business in terms of team setup and who works in the team and how we're structuring that back end of the business. It's been a vast amount of work over the last 6 months to get that in place. And there's some final pieces of the puzzle that are coming together on that, but we are almost there in terms of actually completely shifting the back end and how the back end of the business operates. To make it stronger, to make it more efficient, and to make it, stable and more scalable, and all those things. So over the last 6 months, whilst I have also had a heavy focus on working on my business in terms of the strategic side, part of the working on my business in terms of the marketing has not happened to any great extent, not to the extent it was before, because I was focusing my working on time strategic in HR, basically. But at that point in time, as a result of those changes in the back end, it did also mean that I've been working in the business more as well. So overall, I have been putting more hours in to basically accommodate the fact that I've been working on both sides more. And this is where I like to think of a business as having seasons. I think I spoke about this last week as well in one of the sessions that I did, because there are seasons in our business where we need to put more in. And it might be more working on, it might be more working in, but actually there may be seasons where it's both at the same time in order to make some changes and pivots. If they are big ones in your business, you're probably going to have to do both simultaneously. And therefore, that typically involves putting in more time and energy into your business. And that is where I have been sitting for the last 6 months. In my business in both senses, working on a lot more and working in a lot more to actually facilitate this transition that we are going through, and do it in a way making sure that our clients are still fully 100% supported and everything gets done. And so there is always going to be this tug between working on your business and in your business. And even when you start breaking it down, the types of things that you are doing working on your business, where are they? And the types of things you're doing working in your business, are they the right things? And so we will never get it 100% right as a business owner, but at least if we have the awareness that both these things need to happen, and if we look at a wider time scale than a day, if we look at a week or a month or a quarter, we feel like we're getting the balance right between these two things. Because in order to grow a business and in order to be aware of whether we are on the right track, both things do need to happen. And so making sure that we are in a position to be able to support ourselves to do those two things. And if one feels out of kilter, being aware enough to steady the ship and get the other one working again, because it will always be a balancing act. And so that is how I make sure that I'm doing both. I make sure that I have the awareness around both being in place. I, of course, live off lists to ensure that I am doing things in both areas. I am a massive fan of list writing and to-dos. And recently I have been using an app which I'm getting on very well with, called Motion, which you may or may not have seen all over your Facebook feeds and whatnot. But I'm really enjoying using that app at the moment to help with prioritization of things and remembering which parts that I have to work on at which points in time as well. I am not affiliated with them in any way. It's something that I use and I have been using now for maybe a month, and I am getting a lot of value out of that. And it's helping me being able to balance these two things as well. So understanding that there will always be this this situation where you have the balance, having mechanisms so that you can check in with yourself to make sure that you are getting that in a place that you're comfortable with, but also understanding that the business has seasons, and there will be times when you are working more on your business than in it, and there will be times when you're working more in your business than on it, and understanding that you don't need to judge yourself on that. That is just how business works. Business is about ebbs and flows. It is about seasons, and it is about not beating ourselves up if we're doing one over the other, but just understanding that that's the position the business is in, and that's what the business needs at that point in time. Because there are points in time where the business needs you to be more in the business, and there are points in time when your business needs you to be working on your business more, and you will get a feel of that. No one can really tell you what that is. You will get a feel of that from how your business operates and works, from the questions you get asked, from the things that you potentially miss, and you'll get a feel of what you need to focus on and where and when, from all of that work that you're putting in. So that is how I balance the two. That is how I think about the balance of the two. But then there's also, of course, this other part, which is balancing the whole business thing with the whole life thing. And again, that can be tricky, especially if you're in a point in time like I have been for the last 6 months, where I've had to ramp up both working in and on to make the changes that we need in the business to strengthen our position, to strengthen the business overall. So I have had to ramp up both sides, which means the balance between life has been very off kilter for me for the last 6 months, incredibly so. And it means that I have, in many cases, stopped doing the things I enjoy, and not really done the exercise that I should be doing. And therefore, at some point, a correction needs to happen with that. First of all, again, though, it's understanding that sometimes there are seasons, and sometimes certain areas of your life, which I include your business in that as an area of your life, require more focus at a point in time, and not beating yourself up for that, understanding that that is the position that you're in. And as long as within that area you have an idea of how to move that forward, so that actually you get to a point where you feel like you are able to balance everything in a more sustainable and healthy way, then that's okay too. For me, there is light at the end of the tunnel in terms of this setup. And yes, we have a couple more things to work through and a couple more things to work out. We have some other new people to bring on board as well. But actually, for me, things are now feeling like they are in the right place moving forward, which means I am starting again to just about look at the personal side and actually incorporating some more balance in there too. And that is my plan for the next few months, is just to try and get that part back again. Because if we are stuck in one area for too long, it can feel quite depressing, really, to be honest. And you can get you down, and it can mean that you do struggle to see the point. So understanding again that there are seasons with this, that there's areas that need focus on more or less at certain points in your life, at certain points in your business's cycle, and being okay with that, not beating yourself up about that, is also really important. So that is how I balance working on it in my business, and it's how I think about working full stop, and my personal life too. I am incredibly fortunate to have a very supportive husband, Alex, and he, is very, very supportive of the business and supports me and helps me with running that as well. And so that does help when you're looking at the overall balance. For me, having somebody at home to speak to, having somebody that is as invested as I am, and having somebody that has a head on, that we can have those big discussions, is incredibly helpful for me. You may or may not have a significant other at home that is able to do that for you, but I think it is important to have somebody in your business for you that can do that, whether that be a coach, a mentor. We operate in that facility for some of our clients, so making sure that you have someone you can talk to about these things can be really useful as well. So that is what I wanted to share today. I hope that this session has given you some food for thought. I hope that it has been helpful for you. If you do enjoy what I share, I would love if you can give me some likes, some hearts, some love, some thumbs up, all those good things on whichever platform you happen to be watching on. It would mean a vast amount to me. Even more so if you want to share this live session, then that would be huge as well. I know your time is incredibly precious, and I appreciate you spending some of it with me today. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me. I will be back same time, same place tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll speak soon. Take care, everyone.